Hello, Taurus, and welcome. Thanks for being with me. This will be a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Leo season. So July 23rd through August 22nd or thereabouts. Dates are flexible. And also, remember, it's a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone, or maybe parts of it resonate with you, or maybe even sometimes just the message, even if the specifics of the situation or what have you don't resonate with you. There may be a message in here that does. And also something interesting about your cards here, Taurus, is that you had 5 cards jump out for the outcome. And normally I would just stick those back in the deck, but something told me turn them over and keep them. And so I did. So let's take a look. Those will be the ones we look at last, though. So anyway, let's take a look at the situation. So we have the Ace of Cups reversed. So with the Ace of Cups reversed here, Taurus, you might find yourself at some point in Leo season or thereabouts. I feel like hoping for, desiring, maybe even expecting some sort of a new offer or new opportunity. Maybe for some of you, even a yearning for the universe to kind of hand you something. And it is there for you. It is available. But you're holding it off. You're holding it off. So crossing that, we have the Ten of Swords. So your challenge here is basically getting past the past, just came to me, getting past negative expectations for the future, getting past allowing the past to affect your future. And with the Ten of Swords, the 10 is really the indication that the journey is, that leg of the journey is over. And now, if you look at the sun rising in the background, right? The sun is rising on the new leg of the journey, the new opportunity. Because the 10 is really a 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. That one energy of that fresh start. And I feel that's what you desire here, but you're holding it off. Okay. Disregard my dog sneezing. You're holding it off. You're preventing it from showing itself, basically. So in your recent past, and again, recent is a relative term. For some of you, it might be very recent. For some of you, this could be kind of long term. I feel as though you have negative expectations for the future. You've been focused negatively on the future. So you're resisting the transformation that the future can bring. You're resisting your expansion. You're resisting your spiritual expansion with your negative expectations, Taurus. But interestingly enough, in your short-term outcome, you have the Magician. So I feel like you do manifest an Ace of Cups opportunity in the short term. You do allow in enough positive vibrations to manifest that Ace of Cups offer situation, whatever that is, specifically for you. And you know what the thing is, Taurus, is that no one is always positive and no one is always negative. Our vibrations fluctuate with our thoughts and our emotions. We don't all think and focus and speak positively all the time, and neither do we do that negatively. So it's not that your vibration is so low that you can't manifest anything that you desire. However, if this reading does resonate with you, I'm feeling that it's been more negative lately than positive, and that's why things are manifesting slowly. Well, that's not true. Things are manifesting in every single moment of your life. They're just manifesting the same way because the vibration is mostly the same. So if the vibration is mostly low vibrations, low expectations, then, and you're getting low results, things aren't going the way you'd like them to go, the more you continue to look at those things and focus on those things, they just keep repeating themselves. So every moment is a manifestation. But with the Magician coming in following this situation where you would like to manifest something Ace of Cups related, you do. Something does, some offer or opportunity does come your way in the short term. Okay, so in the desired outcome, what you want, what you're hoping for, with the Nine of Cups reversed, you want personal joy, okay? This isn't necessarily involving anyone else. You just want to be happy. You just want to feel good. You just want to feel satisfied with your lot in life, the way things are going, whether it's in your personal life, your professional life, I feel like it's most likely all of the above. And you want it to last. That's the key. You have good moments and happy moments and joyous moments, but I feel as though recently you feel as though it isn't lasting, it isn't long lasting. The highs aren't long lasting and the lows maybe are lasting a little longer for some of you. And you just want some lasting happiness, some lasting optimism, some lasting joy, some lasting satisfaction. So in your subconscious position here, we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant, of course, Taurus, is your card. So since your card came up in the subconscious, I feel as though subconsciously you just desire to be true to yourself. You desire to get in alignment with what you want, which of course makes sense, right? You want to be in alignment with you, with the person you really are. You want to be authentic. You want to honor. Okay, see if this makes sense. Deep inside, maybe within your spiritual self, the non-physical side of you, you may not even be aware of this, but I feel as though you want to honor the non-physical part of yourself and refocus on why you came here in the first place, which is for that continual joy and expansion. Okay, I didn't say continuous because it isn't nonstop, but continual. It comes and goes because we can't be in complete elation 24/7. We think we want that, but if we do, then it really doesn't feel like elation anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you need to have the contrast to recognize the joy and all the wonderful things. But you really also need the contrast so it can help you recognize and clarify a new direction you might want to go in, a new desire, something new that you want to create in your life. However, those lows don't have to be tremendous lows. I shouldn't even call it a low. It doesn't have to be a low. It can just be a recognition of, oh, you know what? I didn't like that. But I do recognize that contrast is there to point me in the new direction. So now I'm going to face in that new direction, or to point me toward that new desire. So now I'm going to look at that new desire and face that new desire and forget about that contrast, right? And that's what you came here to do. And you want to honor that and be true to that within your subconscious. Oh, I love that, Taurus. I love that. Okay, so in your advice or message from the spiritual realm, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, I feel as though I don't like to say things in like a negative way. I feel like the universe really gives you positive advice, but on the other hand, I am feeling like the universe is taking you by the shoulders and shaking you, Taurus, and saying, Taurus, let go of all of these negative thoughts. Release yourself from this prison. You are imprisoning yourself. This is self-sabotage, and it's all about your focus, your thoughts, what you talk about. Your expectations are not, in general, in a positive way. It doesn't mean you never focus positively, Taurus. I really don't mean to imply that, okay? But I really just want to get this message across because the universe really just wants you to release, let go. Like you are, this is self-sabotage, self-imprisonment here. So in your external influence, you have the Queen of Wands. So this would represent, a person. Okay, something else just came to me. This is not something that ever came to me before, but now I'll have to remember this. See if it ever applies in the future, in future readings. But the external influence could be this reading, because first of all, the Queen of Wands is upright, so it's a positive influence. It could be this reading, and the reason that I say this is that I am a fire sign. Okay, so I'm a Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands can, but doesn't necessarily represent a fire sign. So it could be, since I am delivering this message and I'm a fire sign, that the external influence could be this reading. So keep that in mind. However, I do believe that for most of you, this is a person in your vicinity. It doesn't have to be a fire sign. It could be. It's really more the energy. And it doesn't have to be a female either. It's just, again, the energy. So if you have a person in your realm who is generally, mostly enthusiastic, right? And looks forward to the future and kind of gets hyped up about things in a positive way. And even the little things, right? Something little could go his or her way and, they get all juiced up about it. And you might even look at them sometimes like, okay, that it's not that great. Why are you so hyper and excited about it? But I feel like a lot of you have this person in your realm. It could be a partner. It could be a spouse or a roommate, a coworker, anyone I think that with whom you might have some regular contact. And this person can influence you positively. And I think you should deliberately go with that and allow that. And instead of looking at this person like, are you out of your mind? Like kind of jump on board and say, wow, yeah, let me get into that energy. Because this person is very kind of like just creative and happy and mostly thinks positive. Nobody's always positive, mostly thinks positive, and can be really like charismatic. And you can too, Taurus. So I think you should, jump on board with this person and maybe even get advice from this person if that seems appropriate for your situation and your relationship. So in the hopes and fears position, okay, this is obviously a fear. The Nine of Swords, it's negative thinking. It's thinking things are going to turn out bad. I feel like just recently your expectations for the future have been low. And it's really just all your focus, Taurus. Again, it's not going to resonate with everyone, okay? But if it does, there's a negative momentum of thinking going on here. And so you're concerned about the future. You're worried about the future. But that worry is not going to bring what you desire. It's kind of just going to bring more of the same. Or, if the worry snowballs, it could bring things that, that are just less desirable to you. So, this reading is here to help you refocus. It's not, okay, here's another important thing to remember, Taurus. The cards are guides. The cards are here to guide, not to predict. None of this is etched in stone, okay? Even the positive things are not etched in stone, but definitely not the negative either. If you're watching this and you resonate with this is so you can refocus and change this energy, okay? And I know you will. So let's get to the outcome, because 5 cards jumped out. And normally, again, I would stick them right back in the deck, but I just was compelled immediately, turn them over. And I did, and I didn't look at them that closely, but I did. I looked at them, the 5 of them, and I said, this tells a story. It's like a progression, so sort of. So, and I felt like keep them. So I did. So let's get into this. All right. I feel like the devil, they were face down. I turned them over. So they were in this order. And with the devil on top, the universe is doubling down here, I feel, on, I just got that expression, doubling down on this 8 of Swords, right? I'll put them next to each other for a moment. The 8 of Swords reversed. Imprisoning yourself. And here, this is life like self-imprisonment. Learn to talk. Self-imprisonment. These figures are allowing themselves to be chained to old, stale beliefs that do not serve them, old negative thoughts that do not serve them, old habits that do not serve them, habits of thought that do not serve them. So they can easily take those chains or those ropes, whatever they are, right up over their heads and throw them to the ground and move on. But they are allowing themselves to be chained to things that no longer serve them. So you can get beyond this, Taurus. It's completely up to you. So, all right, next we have the 9 of Wands reversed. I really, really feel as though this card is telling you you are making harder work out of this for yourself. So again, you will manifest things that you desire eventually, but you're making this journey longer and more difficult than it needs to be. Oh, and you're doing it through action and not through energy, vibration. In other words, you are working extra hard at whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, because you're not emotionally or energetically in alignment with what you're doing. You're taking action first. But what you need to do is get in alignment and then attract the inspiration, attract the intuition that tells you what to do next or where to start. And when you do things from a place of negativity or dissatisfaction, the results are not nearly as great as they could be. So basically, I feel like you feel beaten up, and the universe is telling you you're working too hard unnecessarily, Taurus. Okay, with the 6 of Swords reversed, you will move forward. We all do. We all expand constantly. continuously. There's continuous expansion. It's ongoing. You're not the same person you were a minute ago, right? And definitely not the same person you were a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Forget that. But when your focus is negative, or your expectations of the future are negative, you get to where you want to be at a much slower pace. I mean, when you think about it, travel by sea is generally not that swift to begin with, right? Especially in this sort of a boat, if you really want to take it literally. But in reverse, Taurus, you're really, really slowing down your progress of getting to where you want to be with your expectations. Expectation is the big word here. I feel like you're not expecting, your expectations are too low, and often, but not always, negative. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles upright is the universe telling you the opportunities, everything you want is there for the quote unquote taking, but it's not a physical action of taking. It's a aligning up of the energy. And you know what? If you're watching this reading, you are aware of your spiritual side and your spiritual journey. So I feel like this message is definitely for you if the reading resonates with you. That you can do this. I don't feel like there is any difficulty in doing this. I just feel like you have to take the time to be deliberate about it. So the opportunities are there. The universe will offer you not just one Ace of Pentacles. I mean, everything you want can come to you faster and more smoothly and more timely if you just allow it, through higher expectations and getting in alignment with the positive spiritual energy that you are, getting inside with the spiritual energy that you really are, not the human part of you that has been conditioned by outside influences over your human experience in this lifetime. So it's out there for you. You can attract it to you. You just have to line up with the energy. And then underneath that, I think this was the last one. Yes, underneath that, the Lovers. You will find love and joy. Well, you already have it. It's not that you don't have it, Taurus, but I mean, it can be more consistent, okay? This is, the major arcana. This love can be more consistent and more obvious, and also line up with everything that you desire, okay? This is about manifesting the things that you love, whether it's material things like homes and cars and jobs and that kind of stuff, or even just like the relationships that you want, whether it's, life partners, romantic relationships, friendships, all sorts of family and friends and communities for you, okay? It can be so much more positive and align with what you desire. Okay, so Taurus, this is probably the longest reading so far of the Leo season, but I do feel compelled to just kind of give you a little bit more, so to speak. So I'm going to tell you something that worked for me in the, a few years back, and that because I'm saying this to you, I really need to get back into this myself because it really did work and it was amazing. And it's funny how we allow ourselves to get away from things that work, but we are human. So, and forgive me if I'm repeating myself if I've ever said it, and forgive me because I will probably repeat it again in the future, but what I advise you to try doing is before you go to bed at night, take a pen or a pencil and paper. Don't just do it in your head, because if your mind is anything like mine, it's easily distracted. So if you're writing it down, it really helps you it forces you to really kind of keep your focus on what you're writing and what you're thinking about. So come up with 5 things that went well during the day. So do this before bed. Try to come up with 5. If you can only come up with 3, fine, come up with 3, because it will progress. Each day you will find more and more to appreciate, but make it a list of things that you appreciated from that day. It could be people who were just pleasant or kind to you or enjoyable to be around, or who treated you nicely, like a clerk in a store or something, or someone maybe who complimented you. It could be that, things went well at work. People were cooperative. The information you needed came to you in a timely manner, and oh wow, I got this information before I needed it, and now I can work with it. Just any little thing that goes your way. Traffic was lighter. People on the road were just so pleasant and kind, and someone let me cut in line at the store because they knew I was in a hurry. Any little thing like that you could find that's positive. The smallest thing counts. And if you do that before you go to bed, you will find that you will start waking up in a higher vibration. I think there's a tendency for a lot of us, we're so conditioned through the negativity that's all around us in the media, and just even conversations. Let's face it, even the people we love and who really are great people, like we've all been conditioned to kind of focus more negatively than positively. But if you take the time to write down things that you appreciate, you'll go to bed in a higher vibration, you'll wake up in a higher vibration, and you'll start the day on a higher vibration. So I don't want to give you so much to work on, Taurus, that it seems like a burden. I want it to seem light and happy. So, okay, this is by far the longest reading for sure. So, Taurus, if this resonates with you, please try that, okay? Because I feel as though you guys are such great, like, down-to-earth people, so well-grounded. So I feel like you need to get in touch with your spiritual side, because there are Ace of Cups opportunities galore for you, and Ace of Pentacles opportunities galore for you. So just refocus and be as positive as you can, because the universe is there to respond to your vibration. And just know that you can have anything that you want, any outcome, any situation. You just have to expect it and know it. Okay, Taurus, I've gone on enough. I want to thank you so much for being with me. I want to remind you to look out for weekly readings. And I really, really wish you a positive Leo season filled with high expectations and positive manifestations.